Welcome to episode 4 of our low usage Pokemon video series, where I'm hoping to come back from a 3-game losing streak to even out the scores this time round. So here we go with today's first battle, and looking at this team, I'm expecting the Among Us to probably use the Raise Powder, the Dynamax I'm expecting from the Lapras to get that Aurora Veil up, and thinking, well, I can redirect most things. There's no Pokemon that are going to attack both positions, so it's fairly safe to go for the Regidrago and the Togekiss first. And I bring the Luxray in the back, ready for the Psychic Fangs to be breaking their shields, and the and potentially a super effective against the Lapras as well. So here we go. I'm a bit concerned about this Mine Shower, and possibly the Lapras is going to have a lovely Ice Beam and take me out of the Mine Shower, perhaps using the Fake Out, which of course it does. But I outspeed the Lapras, and the Mine Shower taken out in one hit. Very fragile Pokemon as far as I can see. Ice Beam does really good damage on Regidrago, so basically I'm in trouble next turn if I don't get that redirect off. And we'll see what Pokemon they bring out next. So here comes Lugia, which not terribly concerned about. I know that I'm probably going to be able to hopefully tank both these attacks from my opponent. So it's the same old thing. Follow me and the Dragon Energy. And here comes the expected Dynamax from the Lapras, and I'm expecting the G-Max Resonance, which will of course put up those dual screens. So the Lugia comes out and protects. I'm not entirely sure why. I guess they were just hoping to take out the Regidrago this turn, and then not have to deal with it. But of course the Lapras gets damaged, and the G-Max Resonance goes into the Togekiss, who manages to survive, which is good. So I think the Lapras probably had a lot more in bulk than it did in perhaps special attack. Obviously didn't take the Regidrago out with the super effective, and also didn't take out the Togekiss there. So same again, follow me, he's going to redirect. Probably at least one attack's going to hit me this turn. Aeroblast goes and takes up the Togekiss. I don't think the critical hit mattered there. But of course they'll have had 2 turns of Dynamax, used up Lapras on very low health. And again, I don't know quite why they went for the Steel Spike there, seeing as I'm using special attacks against them. But now, time for the Luxray to come out. Normally I'd be Dynamaxing first turn, but I'm thinking, okay, let's go for the Psychic Fangs to try and take out that Lapras and break those screens at the same time. And then the Regidrago's kind of done his job. So I think, well, let's go for the Hyper Beam, because he may well die this turn. If he doesn't, he should be at a, that's going to be more damaging given the low amount of health, and Dragon Energy's obviously reduced power when he's on lower health. So 3 turns there, Dynamax gone, and the Max Guard Earth Power on the Regidrago and takes him out, but he's done a good job taking out the Mine Shower, mostly taking out the Dynamax Pokemon, and obviously it's a reasonably fair trade there, I guess, with the Luxray. So Lapras going to be out of the Dynamax now, and on very little health, so not a great deal of threat. It's not very fast, so I think, right, Psychic Fangs to finish it off. And actually I'm going to Dynamax the Ho-Oh, I decide here, because I want to be going first. I want to be outspeeding this Lugia to do the damage. I know it's got the Earth Power there that could do a lot of damage to the Luxray. And that's again another reason to Dynamax the Ho-Oh, because it's probably likely to be around a bit longer. So Lapras goes away, and out comes the Eternatus. I'm quite happy with that, because I'm going to be getting a super effective attack on and breaking their shields there, the screens, assuming I survive. So the earth power goes into Luxray. I'm thinking this is the end of the battle, but no, thankfully Glyph manages to survive. Obviously that switch in there, and Luxray gets some health back with the Shell Bell. And the Airstream now coming into the Lugia. It doesn't do huge damage, but again ups my speed, which hopefully is going to mean I'm going to be able to get attacks off first. Psychic Fangs on the Eternatus. Again hoping to take it out. And I kind of think the Eternatus is the bigger threat, so I put both into that, being fairly certain that I'll take it out. And again, Lugia protects for the second time unnecessarily in the battle, which really they could have gone potentially first. And you see there the Luxray actually outsped the Eternatus there. And again, well, there you go, Eternatus takes himself out with the Life Orb. And that works out well for me with the Airstream. Okay, it's through the Protect, but again, now got 2 speed boosts there. And so both of my Pokemon are likely to be going first. And all that's left now is the Lugia and the Lapras to come out. And of course the Luxray, I'm going to go for that Wild Charge to take out the Lugia. And again, I think let's definitely take it out, because the Lapras has only got minimal health. I'm going to definitely outspeed it, you know, as long as I survive one of my Pokemon, which I've got every reason to think I will. So it's worth trying to take out the Lugia first. And I guess my opponent goes for the double protect, but it fails. I don't think it would have made a great deal of difference either way, because I outspeed the Lapras and was going to take it out either way, even if Lugia had survived that turn on the double protect. So Lapras goes down, Lugia goes down. So a good battle there really. The Regidrago Togekiss combo effective, and also Ho-Oh being a useful Dynamax Pokemon this time round in terms of just giving me those speed boosts, which meant the Luxray could get its attacks off first. And again, that Psychic Fangs coming in really useful. People don't expect it, I don't think. So yeah, a good surprise really for the opponent. And obviously to save the Lapras, I had to switch in the Eternatus, which then meant it took big damage first turn, and was then able to be taken out the second turn. So after the losing streak of 3, nice to be getting back to a win on the first battle for today. So here we are coming into the second battle for today, and I see this team and I think, wow, this is about as meta as you can get. All really strong Pokemon, exactly the kind of Pokemon I was hoping to be able to test myself against, to see could this team of low ranked Pokemon really do well. And I think, well, what am I going to do? And I think, you know, they've got the Zacian, that's not going to be affected very much by the Regidrago. They've got the spread moves, so I'm going to need to take the Aegislash, and then I think the Luxray will probably be pretty good against the Blastoise and the Regieleki, in as much as it won't be able to do huge amounts of damage. So we go for the Regidrago, Togekiss for the lead. I'm kind of thinking, do you know what, this team's probably just going to totally annihilate me, and out come the Incineroar on the Regieleki, and I think, well, at least I should be able to redirect a good number of these attacks away, although probably the Togekiss is going to go down to Sash first turn. So I think about going for the Protect and then maybe the Air Slash, but then change my mind, realising that won't get me much. You know, I was thinking of perhaps swapping out the Togekiss, but then thought, well, there's no real value in that, because whatever comes in will take a lot of damage. So I go for the Follow Me and the Dragon Energy. So then Regieleki Dynamaxes, which I don't mind too much, because I know that its attacks are going to get taken away. I also was expecting that Fake Out there, which that was partly why I was thinking of doing the Togekiss, but again I just thought, you know what, let's just go for it and see what happens. So Dragon Energy, massive damage on the Incineroar. I know if it stays in, it's going down. and the Regieleki appears to be very bulky, and that's why I don't think it did that much damage to the Regidrago first turn. So we'll repeat what we were trying to do the first turn on the second turn, and of course they know I've got the follow me now, so switching from the Airstream to the Lightning, and Togekiss predictably goes down, and the Electric Train goes up, which is lovely good news. And the parting shot, so I'm reduced. I'm thinking, well, Togekiss is gone, taken damage, special attack reduced. I can predict that Zacian's going to come out, because of course it won't be affected by the Dragon Energy they're fairly certain I'm going to use. So at this stage I'm thinking, man, this is just going to be another total fail for this team. So Regieleki's under half health, which is good. I'm thinking, right, who am I going to bring out? Well, Aegislash isn't going to be that useful, so let's bring out the Luxray, because I know that actually on a Dynamax it can do a good lot of damage against a Zacian. The Intimidate, of course, useful against Zacian, brings it down to that neutral attack. And I go for the Protect, because I think they're going to try and take out the Regidrago, and I go for the Max Lightning with the Stab and with the Lightning Terrain. I'm knowing I'm going to do a good lot of damage to this Zacian, provided I survive, of course, and don't get Behemoth bladed to death. So here comes lovely big Luxray. Really enjoyed using this as a Dynamax Pokemon, it's been very effective. Regidrago goes for the Protect. So Airstream, minimal damage to Luxray, but again they gain that speed boost. But to be perfectly honest, my team's not that fast, it was never going to outspeed them anyway, so I'm simply not that bothered. And then Behemoth Blade goes into Regidrago, meaning the Max Lightning comes in, massive damage to the Zacian, get most of my health back. So Regieleki's now out of Dynamax, and Regidrago is going to go for, I think, well, I'll just go for the Hyper Beam because I'm probably going to die this turn. Max Lightning because I know it's important to take out the Zacian. They go for the Electro Web, not entirely sure why, because it didn't do a great deal of damage, and obviously the speed really just simply doesn't matter to me. Behemoth Blade comes in, I'm expecting Luxray to go down, but no, just about survives, and then takes out the Zacian, which was pretty sweet. So you know, doing okay. I'm expecting this Hyper Beam that I wasn't even expecting to get to kill the Regieleki, but no. So it would have been probably better off with the, well, perhaps better off with the Dragon Energy at that stage. So out comes that Incineroar again, and I'm thinking, okay, again, an Intimidate, so that's going to put Luxray's attack down. But I think, well, maybe I'll survive one turn, I don't know. Maybe I won't. Let's go for the Max Lightning and try and take out the Incineroar. Obviously Regidrago has to have a rest. They go for the Fake Out on Regidrago. Again, not quite sure, and the Assurance, and neither of them knock out. So there goes the Incineroar. Yeah, really not sure quite why they went for the Fake Out on the Regidrago there. Maybe they weren't paying attention, maybe they knew that it just wasn't going to do that much to Luxray. But if they had gone for it, perhaps it would have actually done that damage. And now I see the Calyrex come out and I think, oh great, okay, so, you know, this one, really I feel it's a bit broken, so, you know, it's just going to do damage. Regidrago again, another Protect, and I'm wondering what to do. Think about a double Protect, but then I think actually no, Regidrago can Protect, Luxray can get knocked out, so they can't do any damage to the Regidrago, and then I can bring in my Aegislash and start using Wide Guard. So it's really worth me protecting this turn to keep him alive. Obviously I think they were probably expecting that I might survive and do a Dragon Energy, and so they bounced to get out of the way. Astral Barrage comes in, takes out Luxray as I expect, and now they're getting the special attack boost, and again I think no, not going to happen. Going to be in trouble here. So just a half health Regidrago and an Aegislash remain. So obviously I'm going to go for the Dragon Energy. I know they're both going to be back on the field, so as long as I survive that expected bounce, I'm going to take out the Eleki this turn. Wide Guard comes out, bounce comes in, doesn't take out the Regidrago. Astral Barrage is blocked, and the Dragon Energy comes out. It's not going to be doing a great deal of damage at the moment, but enough to take out the Regieleki. and importantly do a bit of damage there on the Calyrex. And again, wide guard. Second Astral Barrage does nothing. Dragon Energy again at this stage, not doing a great deal of damage, but a bit. And again, I'm realising at this stage I should have used a PP Max, because I'm going to go for the same thing again. I don't know whether this, I guess this Calyrex just didn't, I thought maybe it was Scarf, but that's unlikely because it's fast anyway. But it appears this was the only attacking move it had. And so what I'm thinking here is actually my main attacking Pokemon in Regidrago has now got no moves that it can use against it, but it's on very low health. So what am I going to do? Actually, I think let's keep using Wide Guard, because I think this is the only attack they've got, and perhaps I'll just PP stall it out, and then maybe it'll start struggling itself to death. So it goes for the Will-o'-the-Wisp. I go for the Pointless Laser Focus, which I really need to get rid of, because it doesn't do anything. I go for the Protect. I'm just stalling out now. I think about the Shadow Sneak to go first and knock out, but then I go for the Iron Head instead. Now what I kind of had lost track of at this stage, but I thought maybe they'd run out of PP because they were using Will-o'-the-Wisp, but they actually weren't. So they potentially could have won if they'd used the Astral Barrage, but the Iron Head goes in and takes out the Calyrex. So at this stage I am delighted. Really feel that was a good win. Yes, maybe not always the best choices for my opponent, but all very strong Pokemon. And I think that's, you know, whatever goes on from here, at least I think I've proved that some of those stronger Pokemon can be beaten by weaker Pokemon. And you can see here, I'm just having a quick look at their team. Wish I'd spent a bit more time looking at their team, and I kind of just wanted to check they were EV trained, so I hadn't just beaten someone that was a bit of a noob and just got, you know, random Pokemon in. So yeah, wish I'd had a bit more of a look at their team, but I didn't. But yeah, you can see their Regieleki was very bulky with that Assault Vest. So really pleased with that battle. I think I made some really good choices, particularly protecting the Regidrago at just the right time, and thinking about what was going to get knocked out, bringing out the Aegislash, just biding my time and waiting so that I could do those last couple of Dragon Energies, and then coming in with the Iron Head at the end. So possibly still could have lost it if they'd have chosen to go for Astral Barrage that turn, but in the end a victory that I'm very happy with. So yeah, I feel like that provides a good evidence that the team can actually at least stand a chance against some of the better teams, even if on this occasion it wasn't maybe piloted in exactly the best manner. But very happy with that win. So let's move on to battle number 3. So looking at the team preview here, I'm expecting that Indeedee perhaps to have the Follow Me. Thinking I'm going to need the Aegislash to take out the Kyogre, and the Luxray as well, and then just go for the Togekiss and the Regidrago there, hoping that they'll do some damage early on. So out comes the Whimsicott and the Kyogre there, and I'm expecting a Tailwind, and obviously the Origin Pulse or the Water Spout from the Kyogre. So I think, well, there's no use using Follow Me. I'll try and take out the Whimsicott. I'll switch the Regidrago out into the Aegislash, and then of course should be able to start using that Wide Guard. But unexpectedly it goes for the Helping Hand, and the Water Spout comes out, destroys Aegislash, takes Togekiss down to a Sash. Obviously a very strong strategy there. If I'd had the Aegislash on the field to start with, obviously they would have got nothing that turn, and I could have gone for the Whimsicott, but I didn't. So there you go. Out comes the Luxray in the hopes of taking out this insane Kyogre. But now, of course, they're going to have the Indeedee, which probably will end up with the what's the word? With the Helping Hand. And the Psychic Surge comes up. I think I got a bit confused here and thought possibly that the Follow Me wouldn't work because of the Psychic Terrain. That wasn't actually accurate, so I just decided to go for the Life Dew to try and or potentially go for the Life Dew and then go for the Follow Me. So obviously Dynamaxing, hoping to take out this Kyogre. Usually I can take them out in one shot with the Dynamax Max Lightning, because they're weaker on the physical defense side. Obviously the Helping Hand used again, so the Follow Me fairly useless, and the Water Spout just takes them both out in one hit. So I guess you could say that, you know, the Follow Me Togekiss strategy with the Regidrago is a bit cheesy, but this, you know, felt rather I guess good in a one what's the word, once off match, best of 3, you'd, you know, obviously play slightly differently. But yeah, after the success of game 2, this was real kind of disappointment, really. Just the wrong Pokemon out on the field to start with, and that was the end of the game. So there you go, 2 wins, 2 good wins I think, and 1 you know, what could I do, loss on that last battle. That means that after 12 battles I'm bang on the 50% win rate with 6 wins and 6 losses. So we'll see how we go in the next episode.